You read the title, and I'll say it here: 5 signs an avoidant loves you. Have you ever wondered if the person you're with actually loves you, or if they're just stringing you along? I've been there. Matter of fact, I've been in your shoes watching these very videos, and it's kind of really ironic that I'm making one myself. We are one conversation away from a shift in perspective that can lead to a decision that can change your entire life. So let's get into it. Welcome to the Pieces to Peace podcast, and we're talking about avoidance. Remember that you don't have to change the world. Just don't leave it the same. So live fully, love deeply, and laugh hard. Today. 1, because I've experienced avoidance personally myself. And 2, because I actually have some traits that show up as avoidant at times. And it depends on the dynamic or situation or circumstances, but I have avoidant tendencies in me that I'm constantly trying to heal. And it's so easy to just avoid things and push things off to the side. But I want you to understand this truth. Avoidant people don't love the same way that you and I do. Regular anxious people or people that are secure, they don't always say it. They don't always show it. They don't always make it obvious. In fact, if you're waiting for this grand gesture, this endless verbal reassurance, you might miss the subtle but impactful ways they're already trying to let you know that they love you. So today I'm breaking down the 5 signs an avoidant truly loves you. And trust me, these aren't just surface level tips you see online. These are deep, remarkable ways that avoidants show you that they're not just passing time with you, that they're actually choosing you in their own unique ways. This is from me living and experiencing it on the receiving end. Or maybe they struggle to show you the safety and security that you're looking for. Those are the true signs you need to ask yourself whether or not this person is secure, safe, and healed enough to actually love you. So let's get into it. And I want to set the foundation here, right? Avoidant attachment was established in childhood. It came from an experience or a series of experiences where closeness didn't feel safe, and maybe their needs weren't met, and maybe they were punished for actually showing emotions, being shamed for showing their emotions. So as an adult, well, you know what they ended up doing? Building walls, because that felt safer. So here's a question I want you to reflect on. How do you know when an avoidant actually loves you? That's where these 5 signs come in. So let's get into it. All right, so first sign is they let you into their world, not just surface level, actually seeing behind the cracks of the armor, right? Avoidants always have their guard up. Their private life, they protect it like it's Fort Knox. But if they love you, they start giving you the keys. It might look like them sharing childhood stories or opening up and sharing about their insecurities, really letting you peek behind their perceived flawless mask, their perceived independent self. They don't need anybody. At least that's what they try to tell themselves. But for them, letting you in those stories, those circumstances, those glimpses of their insecurities, that's not something small. That's not something casual. That's massive. It's a huge sign of them trusting you. So I need you to ask yourself, are they showing you the cracks behind the armor? Are they letting you see parts of them that they don't let anyone else see? If the answer is yes, that's love in action. But I want to reinforce this as being a person that was looking for these signs. Is that enough for you to feel loved, to feel safe, to feel secure? I need you to ask that question too. Second sign is they make room for you in their space. Avoidants treasure independence. They guard that with their life. They never want to rely on anyone. If anything, alone time is their oxygen. But when they start inviting you into their personal world, that's not something small. When your worlds start to intertwine, that's not something you should take lightly. And maybe they let you stay over. Maybe they bring you into their routine, like inviting you to the gym, showing you their favorite spot, or even spending quiet time together without needing to perform. For an avoidant, letting you that close isn't about losing space, it's about choosing you to share it with. and that's intimacy, which is their love language. And I've been there in the avoidance routine, joining them in the gym, in their private space, them not needing to perform. I've been on that receiving end, and it feels great. But oftentimes it gets to a certain point where it ends up not being consistent, and it's not personal. These are things you'll probably see from the avoidant in the beginning honeymoon stage. When things are great, when things are perfect, it feels like you found your other person. But once you get past that stage, when things start getting real, that's when it can start getting tough and painful and inconsistent and fleeting. And boy, I'm gonna have to make another video on that. Leave a comment down below in terms of the topic or where you're at in this stage, or future videos ideas. But the third stage is they show love through action, not words. Words feel vulnerable to them. Saying I love you might actually feel terrifying to them. So instead, they do. They show. They fix your car. They bring you medicine when you're sick. They remember your favorite snack. They buy your favorite dessert. An avoidance love language often is acts of service, is protection, is consistency through little details. It's not loud, but it's there. So if you're waiting for 1,000 I love yous, you might miss the way they actually are already showing you that they love you through their actions. And I feel like I'm reliving like a previous season that I was in and seeing all these actions and fleeting actions back and forth where, yeah, the avoidant that I was with definitely did love me. There's no doubt in that. But being in it, I doubted that a lot of times. Because what I was looking for, the true emotionally available kind of love, she wasn't able to give me that. And I need you to ask yourself that same question. Although you might see these forms of love, is it sustainable for you? If it went on forever and it stayed just like this, would you be okay? That's a tough question to reflect on. Sign number 4 is they struggle, but they still return. This is one of the hardest signs to interpret, because when an avoidant feels overwhelmed, they pull back, right? They go quiet, they withdraw. And if you don't understand avoidant attachment, it can feel like rejection, and you will internalize that as a personal behavior, as them not loving you, of them walking away, of them discarding you. But here's the difference. If they love you, they come back every time. That cycle, the push, pull, the pull away, then return. It's not about you not being enough. It's about them wrestling with their internal fears. And their return means you matter more than their fears. But again, is that the kind of love you deserve? And the reason why I keep throwing that in there, it's like I'm confirming to you, yes, they love you, but I'm also reminding you, do they love you how you need to be loved? Is that how you want to be loved? An avoidant who doesn't care won't bother coming back. They won't look twice. But the one who loves you, they'll keep finding their way back to you, back to your side in some shape or form. And sign number 5 is they begin to soften their walls. This one's the most powerful. Over time, you'll notice a tiny little shift. They initiate more contact, right? They linger longer in their conversations, right? They start leaning on you when life gets a little heavy. And maybe they hold your hand in public. Maybe they let you comfort them in the moments where they're sad and they need some form of comfort. Rather than trying to isolate and self-regulate themselves, they actually let you help them regulate themselves. And maybe once in a while they can say the words out loud, I love you. I've been there where the avoidant said I love you. It was once in a blue moon. It depends on your definition or perspective of blue moon, but it would be maybe once a week or here and there. But it was like I would hold my breath and be afraid of me saying it first, because it wasn't fluid, it wasn't consistent, and I didn't want to pressure her into having to say it back. But it always felt good when she did say it though. So the 5 signs, right? They let you into their world. They make room for you in their space. They show love through actions, not words. They struggle, but still return. And then they begin to soften their walls. 5 signs that an avoidant loves you. But I want you to remember, is that the kind of love that you're looking for? We often, I made a video about this already, it's already out, about being so hung up on people's potential, right? The almost, the maybes. We need to make sure that our needs never get neglected because of our desires. We want that person, but we also want secure love. And if the avoidant isn't healed, they can't give you the love you're looking for. And you have to do the harder thing. Are you ready to do it? Maybe not quite yet, because I know how addictive that cycle can be. And I know how strong that connection can be as well. But trust me, if they aren't able to heal and put in that time and effort to work through their triggers, they're needing to run, they're leaving and coming back, they're shutting down, their isolation, it's going to get a lot more painful. And eventually, you're going to have to heal. And this time without them. If this episode resonated with you, let me know below. Whether you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever it may be. Comment down, leave a rating. I just want to say thank you. This was definitely close to home. Definitely something that I experienced personally. I was definitely on the receiving end. And boy, it hurt. It had its purpose. It had its good times. But join the healing community named after this podcast, Pieces to Peace. The link is in the description, or message me on social media, the word heal, and I'll send it to you, 7-day free trial. And until next time, peace from D's.